You cannot develop your own Africa by using someone's language. We know the separation of Ethiopia and Eritrea. We know the separation between Sudan and South Sudan. We know what's going on in Nigeria with these people they call Biafra. Ethiopia and so many people are the same. It's the same family. Why don't Ethiopia unite with Kenya? Why don't Ethiopia unite with Djibouti? Djibouti is Ethiopia. The president of Djibouti, Ismail, he's born in Ethiopia. He's Ethiopian. We fail to stand together. That's why we are falling. With neo-colonialism, most of the time they have money. So they can buy our leaders, they can buy our voice, they can buy our medias, and sometimes our countries end up to deceive or to betray.
Hello viewers, this is Walta TV. I'm Solomon Ainshe. Today my guest is Yohani Imani. We are going to talk about the 35th ordinary session of the African Union Summit being held here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. In addition, we'll talk about Swahili language. That's going to be the next African Union language. We'll talk about all this. Now, let me welcome my guest. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much again. My name is Yohani Paulo Imani in Swahili, and I am a member of Ethiopian Swahili community. Ethiopian Swahili community is a non-profit organization, Pan-African organization. We teach Swahili here in Ethiopia. We explain the need of Swahili for all Africa, and then we advocate Swahili to be included in school curriculum here in Ethiopia. It means that we want Swahili to be taught from primary school to universities in Ethiopia. Thank you.
Thank you for being my guest, Yohani Imani. Moving on to our next question. As you know, the 35th ordinary session of the African Union Summit is being held here in Addis. But there were challenges from the other world, other than African countries. In the end, thanks for some of African countries and friends, Ethiopia is hosting it now. Do you have anything to say about this issue, please?
Ethiopia and Africa in general, they won because the headquarters of African Union is in Addis Ababa. Sure. And Addis Ababa is peaceful. There is a security. For instance, today I wake up around 5 in the morning and I went on my own business. So no one ever stopped me. No, there is no problem. I've been here in Addis Ababa almost 1 year and a half. I have never heard bullets or anything. And also not only me, our community, we have Ethiopian Swahili community with people from Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Comoros, Somalia, South Sudan, too many of them, and so on. So we don't have any problem here. There is no issue of peace or security in Addis Ababa. Now, if there is war in the north regions, we hear that, but in Addis Ababa or around this area, we went to Bari Mountain. We didn't see anything, and the Bari Mountain is far away compared to Addis Ababa. My friend, they go to Gonda and other regions. There is peace. Now, where there is a war, we know there is places where there is war, but that is definitely not in Addis Ababa, I can say.
Thank you very much. So you are a witness for the safety and peace that this is attaining these days. Yeah,
not only me, I think our community, Ethiopian Swahili community, we're witnessing that, but also our guests who came from different countries. We invited a lot of guests, by the way, Ethiopian Swahili community. Yeah. We invite YouTubers. There is now one here, Swahili Nation, he's in Ethiopia. We invite Tunachek from Kenya. So our guests, and also now there is African Union Summit. There is other presidents who come here. So all those people, they witness this is the reality. There is no war in Addis Ababa at all.
Thank you very much. Moving on to the next question that I would like to talk about with you is Pan-Africanism. As far as my understanding is concerned, you are a Pan-Africanism advocate. So our audiences would like to hear something about this Pan-Africanism from you. Is there anything that you would like to tell us? And Ethiopia's role regarding this, please.
Yes, one is that there is two things I want to mention on Pan-Africa. Pan-Africa is the only way to the future of Africa. Whether people accept or not, this is the only way to develop a strong, economically and unity, culture, and technology advancement, and to shape good our ideas as Africans. The only way is through Pan-Africa, which means that we must go towards one single country, which means like we have to have United States of Africa. Now, the problem or the question on this is that where is the budget for Pan-Africa? This is the first question we have to ask. If there is no budget, if Ethiopia or any other country in Africa is advocating Pan-Africa, we need to have on table budget. That's number two. There is no way whatsoever we will ever unite Africa, we will ever have a strong Africa, military, economically, trade, or even advance of ideologies or ideas without having one unified language. There is no way. Language is the foundation of everything. You cannot develop your own Africa by using someone's language. It's not gonna happen. China, for instance, they are developing their country based on their language.
Sure.
They not. Don't you guys think that they could use English like how people are doing, or French? No, they did not choose that. They are colonized like everyone, like a lot of us in Africa, but they choose their language to develop their own country.
Sure.
So why don't we do the same? Why are we having just investing in everything? We are talking about peace. We are talking about security in Africa. We are talking about infrastructure. We are talking about this and that. But we are leaving the most of important piece in outside of the question, which is the language. Let me tell you the truth. If you will go to Mozambique, it's not far from here. It's only 3 countries you're going to pass through. You're going to pass through Kenya, then Tanzania, then you're in Mozambique. You're not going to be able to communicate with people there. They are Portuguese colonized. Those who are elites, they may speak Portuguese. That's all. So how do you gonna communicate with them? How can you unite people that you cannot talk to? They don't know what you think. They don't know. You don't know what they think. So I think that we must have those 2 things. One, we need the budget
and the language. Yeah. For the language, I think I'll come back to this question later. But as we are talking about the Pan-Africanism and as an advocate of this issue, I want you to tell me what Ethiopia's role was regarding this Pan-Africanism.
I think Pan-African is the ideology that all people of Africa and African diaspora, today we call them diaspora, but that time they were called them Negroes, specifically people from Caribbean like Jamaica, Haiti, Trinidad, United States of America, Brazil, Cuba. There is so many black people or African people,
in
African
India
descendants. Yeah, in India, North Australia, everywhere there is our people. So the idea was that these people will unite us, and then we can develop all of us together. Because that time, even today, it seems like the whole world is coming against us. We are in one basket. We don't understand each other, but the whole world is coming against us. So that was the whole idea. It started from that time. Now, back in the 50s and 60s, in time of Kwame Nkrumah, Haile Selassie, Nyerere, Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere, the father or Baba wa Taifa wa Tanzania, and Kenyatta and Patrick Lumumba, they decided to kind of make that movement grow. And when it grew, so it came here in Ethiopia, of course, because this was possibly the most of safety country in that time, because it was not colonized, so it was under its rule itself. So that's how they come here and they create this Pan-African ideology, and also the African Union as well was born in that time. So there was very, very special seat or role for Ethiopia at that time. Later on, it started to die off, and then we end up where we are today.
Yeah, good. Thank you very much. Now, let me come back to the language, Swahili language. Well, as you know, the working language for the African Union are mostly taken from those countries from Europe. Like we can take Portuguese, English, maybe French and others. But no African language is taken as a working language for the Union. What should be done in this regard? I
think I can say that it's very, very late now. but we have to start over again. As I mentioned, if we want to unite Africa, we must have one common language and our own language. In African Union, as you say, there is Portuguese, Spanish, Arabic, French, and English. They are the most of dominance in African Union. None of those are supposed to be there, by the way. None of them should be there at all. So we need to remove them, not because we hate those languages, no at all, but because they're not supposed to be there. They don't present us. We are not presented in English or French or any other language. We are presented in Kiswahili. So we need to start over again. Everyone who comes to African Union, we should have people to translate to them. If someone speaks in English, for instance, you stand there, you speak in English, someone is standing there translating what you are saying in Kiswahili. If you speak in French, someone is standing there and translate what you are saying in Kiswahili. Now, if those readers who speak Swahili already, for instance, Kenyatta of Tanzania, president, or president of Congo, or president of Rwanda, or president of Uganda, or president of Tanzania, all of them, or president of Burundi as well, and president of Mozambique, or those who speak, all of them who speak Swahili, they will stand there, they will speak in Swahili, then someone will do like, they will translate. Those who don't speak Swahili, they will be able to catch the message. But from now on, I believe that it's getting too late that we will see our leaders standing there and speak about our issues as Africa and African issues in someone or colonial language, someone who actually came to invade us, to neo-colonize us until today. So we need to stop that. That's number. Number two, African Union, in order to change that, because the budget that is being used in African Union most of the time is the donations. Yeah. So African countries, they have each one of them, if they want to be a member of African Union, and African Union is going to have to stand, they have to contribute to the budget, because we cannot use our own language by using someone's money. Sure. It's not going to work. If France is giving budget to African Union, expect that the language is going to be used there is going to be French. If British is giving or America is giving the money to the African Union, be sure that the language is going to be used. So in that case, we African, we must designate a budget to cover that. Specifically Tanzania and Kenya, those two countries should have budget to promote and to develop Swahili language in African Union and the other countries outside of Africa as well.
Well, just to be clear with the word that you are using, is it Swahili or Kiswahili?
In English, English speakers, they don't call in the right name.
Okay.
They say Swahili.
Swahili.
But you cannot use Swahili when you are speaking. For instance, in Amharic or Afan Oromo, you just say Kiswahili. The Ki, it means the language. Like when we speak, we want to talk about Kiingereza, that's English. Ki Amharic, that's Amharic. Ki Oromo, that's Afan Oromo. Ki Faransa, that's French. So it's a key. That's what we're supposed to use. But British people or English speaker, they always use Swahili.
Yes, clear now. By the way, why is Kiswahili is chosen or other than those African languages? I think there are thousands of languages in Africa. But why Kiswahili is chosen here?
Yes, that's actually a very good question. I think I made a video in 2016 when I was in America. Why Kiswahili?
Sure.
Why not Zulu from South Africa?
Why not Amharic?
Why not Amharic? Why not Hausa?
Afan Oromo.
Or Afan Oromo or Gurage? Why not Kiganda? Why not Kikuyu or Kimasai from Kenya? One is that those languages I just said, they all belong to ethnic. So we cannot unite Africa by using someone ethnic language. It's going to cause more problems than possibly what we are trying to build. So that is the reason why we choose Swahili from more than 3,000 languages are in Africa. That's number two. Swahili is very, very easy language to learn. So if anyone, specifically those who speak African languages already, if you sit down maybe 1 month or between 1 and 3 months maximum, because I have saw my students. One of the students, he came and he learned Swahili. I think his name is Getacho. After like 1 month, I was asking him, and actually I was asking anything, and he's telling me everything. So it's the only formula. That's number 2. Number 3.
Is it easy to learn?
Very easy, very easy to learn. In fact, like in Amharic or Afan-Oromo, there is a lot of words I cannot pronounce, but there is no one single word that you cannot pronounce in
How many
Swahili.
words does it have?
It's approximately maybe 600.
Oh,
Or maybe I don't think there's any more than that. It's 600 because one word can mean like 10 things in Swahili. You can even go more than that. So it's very easy. So that is number 2. So number 3, Swahili is the most spoken language by many people in Africa and by many countries. So when we talk about Swahili, where you can hear people speak Swahili, North Madagascar, Malawi, Zambia, Comoros, Mozambique, South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Congo DRC, Burundi, Rwanda, South Sudan, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, Somalia, small piece of Somalian, they do speak Swahili. So it's so many countries in Swahili that is possibly.
You counted about 20? About 20?
About 20, yeah, it is more than 20, 20 because East Africa countries plus SADC countries, so you found it's more than 21 countries.
Yeah,
and we are looking Ethiopia as well with open hand.
So next time our interview will be in Kiswahili. I'll try to speak.
No problem, no
Good.
problem.
Well, earlier, as you said, you have opened, you and your colleagues have opened Swahili school in Ethiopia.
Yes.
To open the school, what was the reply and the response from the Ethiopian government? Was it very encouraging, or what do you say?
We have not actually reached out to Ethiopian government at all. We reach out to citizens of Ethiopia, people who want to learn Swahili. They come to us, and our school is not a language school.
Yeah.
No, it's like a British Council. Or it's like Italian culture center. So we don't teach Swahili in order to give you diploma or degree. We teach Swahili in order to give you certifications, which means that we want you to be able to speak Swahili and gain those benefits. By the way, I did not mention any benefits that Ethiopia can get from adopting Swahili.
Are there any?
Too many. You cannot count them. The first one is the unity of Africa. If Ethiopia is going to be the leading on the unity of Africa, obviously its way is on being able to communicate with African. That's number 1. Number 2, the East Africa community. Sudan, Ethiopia, Somalia, and then Congo, they were on hold to join East Africa community. And by the way, East Africa community, national anthem and the official language is Swahili. But Congo is just being adopted. I think the inauguration is this month, February. But Ethiopia, Somalia, and Sudan, which does not speak Swahili, they haven't been approved. So we're gonna wait for you guys when you adopt Swahili, like South Africa did. Then we will approve you in East Africa community. So that's the benefits in number 2. Number 3, the use of Mombasa seaport, which I think a lot of Ethiopians, they are aware of that Ethiopia is using Mombasa seaport. Mombasa is where Swahili possibly used almost like 90% of Swahili.
Yeah, too much speakers.
There is no other language you can use in Mombasa like Nairobi. Nairobi you can speak English, possibly people will hear you, but Mombasa you have to speak Swahili. So I think that it is good for Ethiopians who want to go to work on seaport day to be able to have something around which is called Kiswahili. Number 3, Safaricom. By the way, Safari itself is the Swahili word.
Yeah. What does this mean?
It means to travel or to journey to another place. So Safaricom is here in Ethiopia. And number 4, the collaboration between Uganda. By the way, the most of advocate for Swahili is Museveni of Uganda, President Museveni of Uganda, yes. So the collaboration between Uganda, Ethiopia, Kenya, Ethiopia, South Sudan and Ethiopia is another thing that not only combine Ethiopians with the collaboration only, but also the Nile. Yeah. Because the Nile start in that area. So I think that Ethiopian government, they need to look at that very, very careful. Now, the headquarters of the leader of African Union, he's from Congo, President Felix Tshisekedi. Yeah. He's from Congo. And Congo is just being adopted, as I said, in East Africa community. President of Congo, he speaks Swahili, and his people also speak Swahili. So it is very good for Ethiopia to actually look this very, very careful and see if there is anything they can get of it. Even business is going to grow, I guarantee you. The business between Ethiopia and Kenya, Ethiopia and South Sudan, Ethiopia and Tanzania, Ethiopia and Uganda, and other countries around Rwanda, and so on, is going to grow. So Ethiopia, we know definitely that there will be a lot of benefits. I forgot one very, very important point.
Please.
Tourism.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
The tourism without Swahili does not work. In Africa specifically, there is no tourism if you leave out Swahili language. As I said, the safari, everyone from outside of Africa, if you say safari, they understand to come to Africa to see wild animals. And the most of places for tourism is Kenya. That's number one. Number two is South Africa. Number three is Tanzania. And why don't we add Ethiopia on it?
Yeah.
And be number four, at least.
9 recognized heritage for the UNESCO Ethiopia.
You see?
So it should be one of it to be the top visitors or the top country that earns too much of from tourism if we work on aggressively in this regard.
Yes.
So to sum up what you are saying, this language has lots of benefits, people to people, economic aspect, social aspect, and maybe the politics issue. So the language has got very diversified benefits for Ethiopia and for African as well. That's your point, right?
Yes, that's the truth.
Good. Moving on to the next point that I would like to talk about is, as you know, these colonialist countries, the Westerners, are not coming face to face and fight as those decades long ago. Now it's changing its feature and becoming neo-colonialism, and Africa is becoming being challenged by this new colonialism of the Western countries. What should African countries do so that they can save, unify, and resist this neo-colonialism, the new colonialism? What should we do?
As much as we stay divided, even a small country like Indonesia, they would come and colonize us. If we do not unite, I guarantee you that we will get more darker and darker and darker until when maybe we can't see each other at all. So the solution, what I'm trying to say here is that the unity only is the tool that Africa and African diaspora we have never used. We try through education, we try through different movements, but the unity of Africa has been absent almost everywhere. For instance, more we go is more countries are divided. This Ethiopia is a good example. Somalia, for instance. Now we have more than 9 countries in Somalia. We know the separation of Ethiopia and Eritrea. We know the separation between Sudan and South Sudan. We know what's going on in Nigeria with these people they call Biafra. We know Cameroon next door with French colonized and the British colonized. We know Congo has more than 120 laborers that are fighting to be independent, maybe to have Eastern Congo divided and so on. We have so many conflicts that is on and on. And when you look at the origin of those conflicts, they are not from Africa at all. Africa, we don't make, no one single country in Africa make gun. But the guns, the noise of guns all over Africa is every night on. So the solution or the suggestion that we suggest, and I think that will last longer, it will make progress and it will be secure, is the one unity. United States of Africa has to be now. I'm not talking about the agendas 2063. No, I'm talking about today.
Sure.
If it's not today, at least tomorrow. But we must have that now. Now, why don't Ethiopia unite with Somalia? What's wrong? Ethiopia and the Somali people are the same. It's the same family. Why don't Ethiopia unite with Kenya? Why don't Ethiopia unite with Djibouti? Djibouti is Ethiopia. The president of Djibouti, Ismail, He's
more
born
really.
in Ethiopia. He's
Sure.
Ethiopian. Why don't we unite? At least more, because Nyerere, President Nyerere, Mamjus Kambarage Nyerere of Tanzania, the father of Tanzania, he said that the big countries like conquer all over the world, like Germany, they are fighting to unite themselves. But we African, we are fighting to divide ourselves. So the only solution to the problems we have today, this neo-colonialism, it comes in different shape, by the way. You may say, okay, it's Western are doing this, but sometimes even the Eastern are doing that too. Everyone is looking for interest in Africa. The solution, the key, the only one way, it is to the United States of Africa. If we don't accomplish that, we will never be free.
Good. To substantiate what you're saying, united, we stand, divided, we fall. Yeah.
We've
So
been
you're right.
fighting. We've been fighting. Rwanda fought under genocide. Congo fought. You know, the most of countries should be very, very rich in Africa should be DRC Congo.
Yeah.
But look how it is. Look how miserable it is. Every country in Africa, you can even mention here in Ethiopia as well. We fail to stand together. That's why we are falling. And Kwame Nkrumah said this as well.
Yeah.
If we don't unite, we will perish each other. And that is happening now.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm enjoying my time with you, Imani, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Dear viewers, this is Solomon, and we are with Walta TV. I'm moving on to my next question. As you know, these days, African countries are trying to find a solution for their problems. And there is a slogan, African solutions for African problems. What does this mean? Or is it practically helping us? Are Africans these days finding a solution for their problems? How do you see it?
Yeah, I think in a lot of degree there is. If you look the problems of Somalia and Kenya, for instance, they were able to figure out the issue between those two countries and fix them. Ethiopia, you guys are in a way as well. You have to figure out how to get along as Ethiopians. Don't forget even like Uganda and Rwanda as well. So I think there is a progress that's been made. Now, there will always be a problem in Africa because the borders or the boundaries that we have is artificial. It does not respect us. It does not respect anything that who we are. So the problems, African solutions or African solution to African problems, it is working in some degree. I think we should possibly go a little further and hold shoulder to each other, take hands to each other, protect each other, which we often fail as countries. Like if you want to be backed up by Sudan or by any other country, a lot of time they don't do that. Based on what? Based because those who are colonizers, the invisible colonizers with neo-colonialism, most of the time they have money. So they can buy our leaders, they can buy our voice, they can buy our medias, and sometimes our countries end up to deceive or to betray another country. But I think it's going towards that we are discovering that as Africans that this thing is now working. We need to stick together. We need to find a solution to our own problems. Every family has problems. Every country have problems. It's not only African countries has problems or challenges. It's only the problem is that on our media nowadays, it doesn't matter which media, most of the time, they show our problems only as African problems. They don't show other part of the world, the completely problems that are there. So you may think, oh, only this exists in Africa, or only this exists in Ethiopia. No, everyone has those kind of challenges. But solution, it must come from the unity. It must come from holding each other and backing up each other. I think that those solutions, and there is nothing wrong with negotiation. There's nothing wrong with talking and figure out the problem.
Sure.
Yeah, discussion is always good, and it starts good, it ends good. But if you start with war, you're gonna end to lose things that you did not even think you're gonna lose.
Good. I'm winding up my questions, but before we close our interview, if you like to send a message or convey a message for our viewers. Here is the stage.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you so much. As I said, I'm a Swahili advocate, so we advocate Swahili in Ethiopia. One, we have message to the Minister of Education, Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Office of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, the Office of President Sahle Work Zawad, that we need Swahili to be included in school curriculum. If you can teach French, if you can teach Italian, if you can teach English, if you can teach Chinese, why don't we learn at school Kiswahili?
That's great.
You're welcome.
Yohani Imani, I really had a wonderful time. Hopefully our viewers also have enjoyed and also have taken something very helpful issues regarding the points that we have discussed. Thank you very much. Next time our interview will be in Kiswahili language. Thank you on behalf of our viewers.
Yeah, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Yohani Paulo Imani and Swahili Advocate. Of course, I'm 100% Pan-African. And next interview maybe will be in Amharic. We're going to send our leadership who speaks Amharic. So you can have interview with them in Amharic. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good
Bye.
day. Right, I appreciate that.
Bye.